It's alive! It's alive! At some point, we have all seen that scene, whether in the original 1931 film or in one of the countless references and parodies made over time. When we hear the name Frankenstein, the image of that enormous square-headed being with bolts in his neck and a poorly fitted black suit immediately comes to mind. All of this, which is in the collective mind, is a product of film and television. Because in 1818, Mary Shelley, in her work, The Modern Prometheus, gave us one of the great jewels of horror literature, which follows a completely different path. The story is told through the letters of an English navigator named Robert Walton, who writes to his sister recounting his adventure in the frozen seas of the Arctic. In his letters, he tells her that he found a man on the ice who was pursuing a second being, which had a fearsome appearance and moved in a superhuman way across the ice. Robert shelters and tends to him inside his ship, and after some time, his guest, named Victor Frankenstein, would confess to him the most incredible and terrible story that brought him to such an inhospitable place. Through Robert's pen, we learn about the life of a young Swiss man with a great talent for natural philosophy, who through his research manages to create and give life to a humanoid creature. However, far from being happy with his achievement, the simple existence of this being will consume the life of Victor and all his loved ones, since he has unleashed a monster. But it is here where the novel earns its place in history. Because as we can read, the monster does not have the grotesque appearance we see in the movies. The monster is not the creature created by Victor. The monster that those involved face has many faces, and all of them reflect goodness and love, but not for what they do not understand. Mary Shelley presents us with a young victim who suffers the most unjust treatment, merely for the simple fact of existing, just for asking for something that every person should have, for the simple fact of existing, just for wanting to be loved. We will accompany Victor in his agonizing race to try to make amends for his mistakes and protect his loved ones, while we see the terrible monster emerge, a monster that will consume everything. The modern Prometheus, Frankenstein's monster, is that evil being that dwells in all of us, which is full of prejudices and a false morality that does not allow us to accept others. In the end, the author leaves us with a great lesson about the nature of true monsters and the responsibility of parents towards their offspring.